Maryland Highway Agency failed to prevent the Baltimore bridge collapse, according to the NTSB. This is from the Maritime Exclusive, and it was published on the 20th of March, 2025. In a public briefing Thursday, the National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, said that the Maryland Transportation Authority, MDTA, should have performed a standard engineering risk analysis on the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which collapsed in March of 2024 when it was hit by the box ship Dolly. The MDTA was on the national panel that came up with the updated ship strike engineering standards in 1991, and it had 3 decades of well-informed advance notice to evaluate the Key Bridge, according to the NTSB. MDTA couldn't even provide the underlying data to perform the analysis when NTSB asked, so NTSB worked with the National Highway Administration to gather the needed information and do the engineering work itself. NTSB's analysis found that the Francis Scott Key Bridge risk of collapse from a ship strike was 30 times higher than recommended by existing federal guidance, and 15 times higher at the pier that the box ship Dolly hit on the 26th of March 2024. If the MDTA had carried out the risk analysis any time after 1991, the year that the MDTA helped create the national standard, the state agency would have concluded that the bridge needed protection from ship strike, and it could have prevented the collapse by making infrastructure improvements. The NTSB noted that as of late 2024, MDTA has still not performed the same risk analysis on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, which is designed in the same era as the Francis Scott Key Bridge and experiences the same ship traffic but at higher vessel speeds. NTSB has issued an urgent recommendation to 30 bridge owners around the country to perform the standard ship strike risk analysis on 68 bridge spans, including both spans of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. We are saying there is a safety deficiency here, a potential safety risk, and we need to take action immediately. It shouldn't take an urgent safety recommendation to get action, and we expect that it be done now, and we'll follow up. Maryland's Transportation Agency has decades of advance notice, in addition to the 1991 AASHTO recommendation, which MDTA helped draft. A senior Maryland pilot raised concerns about the risk of an collision between a big ship and the Francis Scott Key Bridge, at least as early as 2006, and continued to discuss the matter in local safety meetings for years, according to detailed reports uncovered by the Washington Post. The documents also show that at a staff level, the Maryland Transportation Authority was aware that their bridge was not designed to withstand collisions from large vessels, and that the cost of protecting it would be high. In neighboring Delaware, a state agency has shown that safety upgrades are possible and costly. 10 years ago, in 2015, Delaware's Bridge Transportation Authority set aside $2.5 million to design new protective dolphins for the Delaware Memorial Bridge to defend against ship strikes. The agency bundled the dolphin project into a large package of renovations, secured a permit from the Corps of Engineers, raised tolls on motorists, convinced 2 state governors to sign off on the cost, and issued bonds to raise funds. The construction started on the 8 protective steel and rock dolphins last year and should be done by the end of 2025. NTSB will raise its final report later this year, including the findings on its maritime investigative team on the factors aboard the Dolly. Well, they hold no punches here, that's for sure. But that's why I like these kind of reports. They get to the bottom of it. They have no agenda. They just want safety. And that's always a good thing in my opinion. I know this is going to get a lot of people upset because they want to blame the Dolly for this. And of course, we'll see what happens when that report comes out. The Dolly was a big part of this. But this bridge and many others, by the sound of it, are very susceptible to the same kind of thing. But they had 30 years, more than 30 years, to get this right. They knew there was a problem and did absolutely nothing. And that's what the NTSB is calling out. Alright guys, there it is. As always, thanks for watching. If you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And I'll see you on the next one.